Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be getting ourselves, as you can see behind me, refined storage setup. But not only that, we're also going to get some villagers moved. So getting started today, we need to take a trip into the Nether, and well, I'm actually going after something that's going to help us potentially move villagers. If it doesn't move villagers, it should at least be able to move mobs and things like that. And that's coming from the Arcane mod. So let's go ahead, head into the Nether, and we need to break at least one spawner, I do believe, in order to get this beautiful item. So right here, I did have this area blocked off because this was the one that I didn't care for too much. Break it, and perfect. This is the item I want, the spawner scrap. Now we get to literally head out of here because I don't want to be in this place for too long. This is literally like the worst Nether I have been in a while. And yeah, I am definitely not prepared for some of the crazy stuff that's in here. So one of the other materials we are actually going to need is this arcane crystal. And of course, you just get that from mining normally. I don't know if it's roughly as rare as diamond or it's a little bit higher, but it does feel like it's a little bit rarer than diamond. Out of all of the stuff I've mined, this is all that I have gotten of this particular material. So I don't actually know the drop rate. Another thing we're going to need is a smithing table and then combine this into a block. And this is going to get us a really cool item. Well, I didn't mean to place the block down. The smithing table, if we combine this with this, we get ourselves a quantum catcher. So the quantum catcher should hopefully let us pick up villagers. We're going to go test that out. I need to get a boat because I think we have to cross a little bit of water. But of course, we do have a village right over here that we can go test this out on. If not, it's going to be unfortunate. Then we're going to have to use old tactics of getting villagers into a farm and breeding them that way. But I hope that this lets me pick them up. So we're in the village. Now all we got to do is find our prey. Are there any villagers about? I don't even see any villagers. Huh. Where would they all be? There's no way they just up and died. Okay, I was about to say. There's got to be some. Okay, can I use it? Yes, I can. Oh, that's so awesome. As you can see, we can pick them up. Oh, and move them around. I was so afraid that this was not going to allow me to do that because, well, I've kind of experimented with this in the past and I just didn't remember if it would allow me to do this or not. Oh, I'm so happy it does because that makes this so much easier. Villagers are like one of the worst things to move around, but luckily we have villagers now so we can get them to our base and start working with them. And I wonder if there's any like trade differences because this is in modded. That's hilarious. Oh, they got slaughtered by my saw. The one that I didn't, the banner guy, he just got slaughtered by the saw. Oh, that's too good. That's too good. I'm gonna end up dying if I don't watch out. But yeah, they ended up walking up there, and if you can kind of see, that guy right there is standing in the path of the saw. So if I can get them to kind of stand there, they will, yeah, literally take a lot of damage really quickly. It's quite hilarious. So I'm thinking a good spot for a villager breeder should go potentially right here. And we do have some interesting modded blocks that we might be able to use to help make this farm. Yeah, totally do. So there's one thing that I realize I don't have a lot of, and that's unfortunately wool. And I remember there being sheep over here, but... oh, that's right. I killed all of them but one. Oh, I'm a total derp. I'm sitting here looking for sheep, thinking I need wool, when in reality, I have been growing wool the entire time. No joke. Like, this hemp fiber is literally wool. Oh, wow. What is wrong with me? Yeah, this is just tons of string. This is all it literally is. Can I not drop that item? What is going on? With 7 beds, you would think something's up, but we're just making a farm. So to get this set up, we're going to need some composters. It's a very easy farm to set up. All we need is all of our beds lined up like this. And then I'm going to use some spruce logs over here on the side. Unfortunately, this tree is going to get the L. Let's go ahead and get it out of here. By the way, I love this drill. Works for everything. It works for dirt. Like it works on trees. It's good. It's good all around. Look, the leaves it breaks through. I'm sure it probably does a little bit more damage to the drill bit. I don't actually know, but man, it does a good job. And if you hold shift while using it, you won't have this sort of thing happen. You can see I can hold shift and it only mines 1 block. So building this thing, I'm kind of just kind of going a little bit different than I would normally go, but I'm still using sort of the same premise and design that I'm used to. And that is, I want to kind of fortify this with a wall. And then around here, I want to have a farm in the middle that starts after my composters. I want composters to be right here by the beds. And then I want my farm to be 1, 2, 3. And then this right here, and then 1, 2, 3. I don't want it to be too big. And then right here will be the ending fence. That sort of gives me a nice perimeter. And then also is going to give me a nice area to decorate this thing. So all I need to do is take this kind of structure that I'm building, and this is honestly all off the top of my head. I have no idea what I'm doing until I am usually done with it. That is the unfortunate truth. I wish I could explain more about how I build. I really just kind of go with the flow and then see if I like it, and if I don't, I will try and fix it. That's usually how it ends up going. I am still trying to continue the sort of build that we have going on over here, so I'm still sticking with the same palette for the most part. But on top of this, we're going to do fences, and this is going to fortify it because I don't want anything getting in here. That is where this comes in handy. It prevents, things from shooting our villagers or zombies getting in here and still managing to touch things, which they shouldn't be. So I'm kind of wanting to do something different for this roof. Let's see if I go a little bit like this and kind of create this overarching, almost like barn style. That would kind of work. I only like to kind of close off at least the top half here. And I like to leave this open, of course, for the crop that's going to be over there. But I think this is going to work out just fine. I just gotta kind of tweak it a little bit. Of course, I'm going to leave this pole here and kind of build around it. And that's going to add a little bit of something to this, I think. And then I want to flatten this out. So if I leave that there, I can go ahead and start to flatten the top out by using some slabs. Even adding the slab on top of here, honestly, is probably going to look just fine. And I know it may seem weird using cobblestone when we have so many other options, but I think cobblestone just looks really good in this situation. So that's kind of what I'm going with. It's honestly crazy how much you can kind of forget that this is a game about building. And especially when you play modded Minecraft, like I really tend to just forget the fact that, hey, I can actually build in here. It is Minecraft altogether, So I don't know. Sometimes I just find myself in a rut and I'm like, you know what? I should probably just build. And then that usually ends up solving the entire problem that I was having in the first place. And yeah, this has been incredibly relaxing to just kind of build. So if you know me, you know this roof probably isn't going to cut it. We need to definitely destroy it a little bit. Yeah, there needs to be some destruction done because we need to add some foliage into this because I kind of like that destroyed, weathered look. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of destruction to get there. Ooh, this is going to look good when I'm done with it. Time to get in here with some leaves. Oh yeah, that's the whole thing it was missing, right? It was just missing a bunch of foliage. I tend to use this definitely as a filler. If anything's ever looking kind of dull, I mean, unless it's a modern build, right? Then you probably wouldn't use this. But I tend to use this as definitely like a filler block. They kind of just change the way things look. But I also noticed these hedges, which look really cool. I kind of want to add them like around our base area. Almost like they're like little bushes. Look, that really adds some like greenery to this. So my preferred crop of choice, at least for the villagers, is going to be carrots. And that's just because there's not any fuss with carrots. You don't really have to worry about any secondary drops or anything potentially infiltrating your villagers and causing them not to breed. So it's a really nice way to set things up is by using carrots. Now, this is how big I set this up. It's actually not a full size 9x9, but it is enough to kind of get things up and rolling. You just go ahead and get these all planted. All right, so now that is in, we need our composters, which I like to place right behind here. And this is pretty much villager ready. All we need is a couple of torches, in which I already have ready to go. Where did I throw that? Like, I ended up placing it somewhere that it did not belong. Yeah, we need this definitely placed down so we don't have any baddies spawning in here, because that would be the worst, right? Imagine just like an entire like zombie raid happening in here while you have your villagers. Yeah, let's just say you wouldn't have villagers anymore. Yeah, the villagers would probably be gone after that. Yeah, they'd be gone. So with all that, I guess we can go ahead and place our first villager. Look at him go. He's probably going to immediately turn into a farmer. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And now we need to go in and grab some more villagers. Really, we only need one more, but hey, I mean, I can get more than one. That's not a problem to me. I can't with this pack. I can't. Dude, there is a seal in my boat now. What do I do? It's so cute. Like, what do I do with the seal in a boat? Oh, man. I can't even access my boat. Is there two of them in there? Or this, oh no, I can get in my boat. Wait, it took damage. No, it's okay. We now have a seal in our boat. It's not the seal that you think, though. It's not like the music artist seal. Like, you know, the good, like, I'm away at sea kind of seafarer seal. Anyways, yeah, never mind. I was kissed by a rose. Sorry, guys. I'm getting carried away with the whole, hopefully, man, I should not get copyrighted for that. I really hope not, but that's what it reminds me of. I hope I didn't get that song stuck in your head. You know what? It's probably stuck in there already. Shadoop! That's apparently the sound that it makes when I pick up a villager. How are you doing, Seal? I need to scoot you back so I can hop in the boat. There we go. I love that I have a pet. I wonder how many of you guys this actually bothers, just seeing a nearly broken axe in my inventory along with a nearly broken shovel in my inventory. Oh man, I bet that bothers just like a select few people. Anyways, enough of the fooling around. It is time to get down to business. Ouch, wow, wow. All right, come on. Eventually, you guys are going to have some babies. So while I wait for the villagers to kind of get their thing on, I kind of want to start with refined storage. And honestly, it's going to take us no time at all to set up a refined storage system. And I believe I want it right here in the center of this room. So the main thing we're going to need for refined storage is going to be this right here, the process binding. And we're going to need a little bit of it. So let's see, I have tons of string at this point. All I got to do is throw this together. So yeah, I'm going to need a bit of the process binding, but that's the main thing. Like to get started, we need a little bit of iron, gold. Other than that, it's like nothing really at all to put this stuff together. It's refined storage has been made so easy now, like it's so simple that you can set it up pretty quickly. All you need is some silicon, which means you do need some quartz. Of course, we have gone to the nether, and I do have some quartz that is now smelting up over here in just regular furnaces. This is going to be a pretty simple setup. With our processors being made and all ready to go, we should be able to craft this now. So I've already made the controller. We have the controller set in here. We can go ahead and make the crafting grid now, which is going to require a construction core. There we go. I'm going to toss, I guess, it won't let me toss it. Let me toss it out of my inventory. There we go. And then we also need the destruction core, which is going to be a piece of quartz. What can I throw out? I guess that. And then we'll have ourselves a grid, and then I can upgrade that into a crafting grid, because you don't just want a normal grid. You want to be able to craft from it. And then we also need a chest. Let's go ahead and grab a single chest. And we should be able to make a disk drive. Now, we can't do anything without a disk, so we still need to make a disk. So, if we search at refined storage, we should be able to find ourselves our first storage disk. And you can see they're up top here. So here's a 1K storage disk. This is what I want, is a 1K storage part. And then we can make the 1K storage disk, right, just like that. Now we have a disk for our drive. Now we have all of this, and we don't have a way to power it. That is going to be our other issue. So to solve that problem of power, I guess we can go with a simple, pitiful generator. Now these generators may look kind of familiar. Like we have a halitosis generator, a frosty generator, explosive generator. All of this stuff is very reminiscent of the old, I guess you would say, the rainbow generator thing, which was from Extra Utilities. This is kind of the thing here. We have even the death generator, the rocket, all of that stuff is sort of here, which is kind of cool, which is from the industrial foregoing generators. But the pitiful generator is the one that I'm interested in. It is going to be a simple coal generator, which would have been one of the low tier generators from the past. Now, this should be able to handle what we're about to pump into this, right? And not to mention, we do have power that is free, that is coming from our water mill. on the other side. We would, however, have to get cables over here for that, or dabble into another mod that is in here, which is called Flex Networks, but we're kind of not exactly there yet. So we have our floor. I wonder if I should take the floor piece and put it back, simply because all we're going to do is set this up with a disk here, the crafting grid here, and then on top is going to be the controller. And then on top of that, of course, as you can see, we don't have enough power to run this. Well, we're going to place our pitiful coal generator. And that is going to power the whole thing. And I hope we can shut this off with redstone. I don't know if that's how this works, because a lot of the other machines, they do have redstone support, but this one we're going to find out, because I hope I can flip a lever on and off in order to save resources. for the most part. Like, we can use planks and stuff to kind of supply this, I think. I think this will accept planks. Okay, it is running. And does this stop the consumption here? It may not, probably because it's a pitiful version. Okay, so this does not. So it is not redstone controlled. So the only way we could kind of stop this is with some redstone that was set up with a hopper to prevent it from accepting items. But as of right now, I think this is going to be fine. We just need to make sure, I mean, we always have access to wood, so we should always have this running. So I should be able to store my items, right? Nope, because we have to put the drive, the disk in here first. Now we have our 1K items, and we can go ahead and start storing stuff. And this is going to make crafting so much easier now that we have all of this ready to go. And this isn't like Applied Energistics, where it's like divided by the particular types of items. This is just literally it counts every item, including unstackable items. So you should be fine. And 1K is still kind of a lot, as you can see, but we are going to need more definitely as we get going, because stacks of items really start to add up. The more things we have, you can see we've already hit capacity. So if you've never played around with this mod before, you can adjust your size. Now keep in mind, this is related to the actual screen size, your GUI size that you have set. But if you have it set at 3, which is what this is at the moment, which is, I believe, large, it's supposed to be, you can actually make this quite large. You can see this can extend quite high. You're going to end up with this little issue where this goes down, but that's okay. And I tend to like this to be set to JEI synchronized, but I have learned that there is a 2-way auto selected, which means we can search here and search here, which is a little bit different compared to the other ones. You can also sort by descending and ascending items, so item amounts. You can search by the actual name of the items, ID, last modified, which is really cool because this does keep track of when you last put the item in, or like pull the item out, which is kind of cool. And there's all kinds of other stuff. You have different displays. You can display craftable items if you have them available, or only items that be crafted. If you wanted a specific monitor specifically to show the items that are craftable, that is something you can do. And then we also have redstone signal mode, which means we could use a redstone lever, I guess, to turn this on and off, which may stop consuming power. I don't know if this actually stops running once this reaches max power. I actually didn't check that. Let's see, pull the lever out. What we can do is we can set this right here to shut off. Ignore redstone signal. We want this to only work with a redstone signal. So once this is full, I guess we'll find out, because we can turn this on now and access all of our stuff. Now, I do need to make some drives. But I don't know. Let's see, if we go to refined storage, as you can see, we can search up here. I don't know if we can afford a 4K. We might be able to, actually. I think we have enough glass. All I got to do is make sure, I guess I pull all of this out myself. Yeah, what was that? We got a raccoon. What? You have an egg in your mouth. I have learned, by the way, don't punch these guys. They are nasty, nasty people to fight. So I sort of figured this out. I have to remove that, I guess, temporarily until we get enough storage here. But as you can see, we should be able to make the 4K storage part and thus make a 4K storage disk. And that's going to give us quite a bit more storage. Now we have 5K worth of items to store, so we can store all of these items, probably even some more of our other items inside these chests. Just keep in mind, you probably want to keep a little bit of wood or coal out, just in case, you know, this starts to burn up more than its fair share. So yeah, there's a reason this thing is called a pitiful generator. Even when it's fully maxed out on its buffer, it still is going to eat all of the planks. Yeah, what a waste of fuel. But eventually we're going to work on getting this more efficient. I think we're going to work towards industrial foregoing next episode. 100%. We need to work towards industrial foregoing. Now, I do want to check. Have you guys made babies yet? No babies. No way. I think it's just because they're still waiting on carrots. They just don't have enough carrots, even though they have planted a good amount of carrots here. So they definitely have expanded the farm, which is kind of nice. I tell you what, every time I hit F5 and I see these flippers, I don't even know what to say. Like, I should probably just take them off. Oh, that's much better. Anyways, I did want to say that these villagers definitely will get the job done, probably by next episode. So be sure to stick around for that. So of course, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to go to J Snipes 10. Thank you so much for your amazing support. And if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that linked down in the description below, or you can go to patreon.com/ChosenArchitect, where of course you can become a Patreon yourself. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. And if you did enjoy this and you want to see more, be sure to click that subscribe button so you guys can come back for some more episodes just like this one. So guys, I hope to see you in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching.